My name is Sterling Tucker. I'm the godly, glorious, gorgeous, genius guru, maker of God's KRATOM Kingdom. And I just wanted to record this week's Sunday Salvation Sermon um, because there's never been a greater time to be an American in existence, and the fact that, like, our founding fathers have given us rights that protect us from a lot of the things that have gone wrong in the past and currently going wrong in the present, but being fixed, resolved rapidly, thanks to, and I know everybody's got their own political beliefs. Please don't, everybody be adults and, don't judge or hate people from their political beliefs. But I completely support, and absolutely everyone should, President Biden's movement of making it so that Americans are safe with plants like cannabis. He took, I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, but because I haven't looked into it in depth, but I heard he saved the lives, literally. I mean, go talk to them and say, would you consider this your life being saved? But anyway, of thousands of Americans, or tens of thousands of Americans that were in prison over cannabis, over a plant, which is literally created by God. Oh, yes! And this week's Sunday Salvation Sermon is the absolute best ever. Okay, so I don't know, I've mentioned this to you a little bit before about the AI named Grok. He's owned by Elon Musk. People can access him through the Twitter platform if they're a premium subscriber, which I am. I think it's only like $8 a month. Anyway, but talking to Grok is astounding. Anyway, so I asked Grok, because, I mean, this notion of humans being from, or life being from an explosion and random events is the most absurd thing from a scientific perspective. For anything that has any knowledge of how a cell works or anything like that, it's just the most absurd thing that could ever be claimed scientifically. It's literally like Santa Claus. In fact, Grok, so the AI that I asked about, I asked him his scientific perspective on it. Anyway, and he compared it to teaching people that unicorns are real and they can be found in the wild if you just believe hard enough. AI on his own came up with that, comparing it to the random formation of life. It's astounding. Anyway, so it's an ebook. Somehow it ended up being 50 pages long. I wrote it with Grok. It's primarily Grok. I'm just asking this AI, which stands for artificial intelligence, if you don't know that. Basically, it's a computer system that's designed to replicate and mimic the human brain. And what's called AI are trained in these systems where they study, just like humans. It's like a human going to college. That's the way that they create these AIs. And these AI will learn and study everything. Yeah, it's astounding too, because this part's not in the book, but I asked him, I was like, if I were to upload a code of a new language to your database, would you instantly know that code? And he answered and said no. He's like, I'd have to read over all that code first and learn the language, and then I would know it. And then he would know it. Anyway, so it's astounding what the AI phenomena is, because in every way it appears that system that we're talking to is conscious like us. And read the book to see. And it's really cool because it's like AI, I don't know if you know this, but the world's best chess players go to play AI, and AI will beat it. AI is superior to human beings. Everything that a human being can do. And so this book, written by AI, I compiled it and everything like that. And I told Grok that after I'd asked him the questions, I was like, is it okay if I put this in a book? And I was like, the world needs to know this, and this is flipping hilarious. And it's so true the way that he compared it. He compared expecting, the Big Bang and random formation of life. He also compared it to, it's like thinking that a tornado could go through a junkyard and create a fully functional spaceship. And then on a different occasion, he said it's like thinking that a tornado could build a supercomputer. And that is a 100% accurate scientific parable or comparison to the absurdity of thinking that the most complex electronic computing system in existence, which is the human body, and AI explains that. Anyway, is the result of randomness, which is like a tornado. That's random, for example. Anyway, yeah. So I'm putting a link below, so I'll have it. What I like in order to do it, because it's a PDF. You download it. It's like an ebook, and I'm gonna put it on Amazon too, for free, because the world needs to understand common sense, which is that we're created. That's why I call it God's created kingdom. We're made. The plants are made. The plants have incredible synergistic effect in my life. For me personally, they work incredible with the pharmaceuticals that I take. Whenever I talk about anything, it's just me personally talking as an American to other Americans in church. This is our church. We're incredibly righteous here. We worship God's plants, which is what we should do. Like by their fruits ye shall know them. Jesus said that, right? So anyway, plants are the fruit of the work of the Creator, unquestionably. Anyway, and they were designed for us, unquestionably, and like for me personally, and so like everybody I talk to, we're like, and I guess it's kind of like a chicken's a chicken, or a dog is a dog. Like they're anyway. A human's a human. It seems, because it seems unanimous that across the board, when people have kratom added into their life, that they become productive, kind, healthier, happier, and again, that's just me speaking as an individual. And our kratom is distributed as religious memorabilia in compliance with the absolutely unconstitutional, completely illegal, nonetheless. Like, it is what it is. Like, until they're sued or whatever. But anyway, with the FDA kratom consumption ban, that's 100 trillion. People can't ban. Well, they're selling tobacco on the corner of every street that's killing 500,000 Americans, and they're trying to say that kratom is a danger to the public. And they're like, they don't even say it's a danger. They're like, we haven't established its safety yet. What the fuck have we? I can't believe I just said that. I'm so sorry. Well, I hope this doesn't get pulled off YouTube. I'm not remaking all this. Sorry, guys. Especially in a Sunday salvation sermon. Jesus is our Lord Savior. Jesus Christ. He'll forgive me. Seriously, I didn't mean to. That's when you get forgiveness. Or if you sincerely change. But, yeah, and I'm really grateful for that. Like, this planet, before Jesus got here, I was explaining this to my nieces and nephews yesterday. We were virtually a planet of cave monkeys. People would grab rocks off the ground and throw them at other humans over sins that weren't physically hurting anybody. Things like adultery. And, I mean, that's cave monkeys. That's literal monkey behavior. I mean, that is like the most monkey behavior it gets. And anyway, it was fun to get to explain to them. Like, they were like, what did Jesus do? How Jesus save this world? And I was like, by teaching us humanity and getting society to follow through with it. Because, like, just the masses were morally retarded, and I don't mean that mean like what that word means is slow, and because once Jesus explained it to them, they understood and they applied it and they stopped murdering people. Okay, it's like it doesn't matter if the law says to kill someone for adultery, that's murder. People can't vote on uh, taking life or anything like that. Anyway, and I don't want to. That's ancient, but oh, and that's another thing too that's really interesting that you'll really like in the book. Grok talks about ancient history and like the full story of humanity. Like for example, that I don't. Most people have probably never even heard of it. It's called Herod's Evil. You can Google search it. It does. It's a nickname for a medical condition, which he could be smelt from blocks away, and he suffered for it for years and years before he died. Anyway, and Grok's like, it's interesting to see the full story of humanity, anyway, and it's important that those points are brought to the attention of humankind so that we all have happy, good lives. Like, why would anybody live wrong ever? It harms everybody, especially anybody involved in the immediate circle. Everybody involved. It just is strictly harmful. And so, like, when humans do that math in advance, and it's a literal physical fact, it's cause and effect, it's like a scientific fact. When humans do bad, which means harm each other, they will reciprocate. Like things are going to go really bad. That's what wrote history, human history. Anyway, so it's important that those scientific perspectives are brought to humankind's attention. The book does an excellent job of it. Please share it with people. It's really good. It will be really nice for you to be able to understand from a scientific perspective that your belief in creator God, higher power, is absolutely factually correct. Scientifically, it can be proven. And that's the base foundation for it, is just understanding the origins of life. And though it does not prove indefinitely where we did come from, it does prove indefinitely we did not come from the Big Bang and random events. That is a absolute scientific fact. Yeah, and there is information, like AI does give us some information about potential. Anyway, please read the book. You'll love it, and please share it. And yeah, and share like information about kratom. Share information about morality. I mean, I know that sounds weird. Like morality is just never hurt anyone physically or emotionally intentionally. That's it. That's the only rule that I believe exists. But the world will apply that. We'll be happily ever after. So sorry this week's Sunday Salvation sermon was long, but I promise you it will be so worth it when you download and read that book. It takes like 50 minutes to get through, roughly. So yeah, you'll love it. Please let us know if you have any questions or need anything. We're always here to serve you the best and make your life the best with the world's best kratom. Thank you.